Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna talk to you real quick and roll some cigarettes. And it's been kind of a long day. I still have my dishes to put away and some different things. So just thought I'd take a moment and say hello. And um, I heard about, and I think like it's been known for quite some time, but Jason A put out a video about oh the new lunar Webb telescope and the supposed black hole that they found in our universe. It was about a month ago or something. I had heard something about that there is no such thing as black holes, or I don't know, from somebody somewhere. So I don't know, have no clue. But I thought that was kind of interesting. They showed comparison photos of what the first telescope they were using. I'm not sure if that was the Hubble photo or not, compared to this new Webb telescope. And I find it very odd that Bruce Cesal can get right up on the surface of the moon and show its constructions on the moon and different things, even different colors. I mean, really, really crisp beyond what like any other so-called big organization has ever shown us. That still amazes me, that they don't show us anything. But yet taxpayers' monies go to it. It's just like, yeah. Well, with all these things that are happening in the cities, what they're trying to get people to do, of course, is to give up their arms because there's like 1.5 weapons for every man, woman, and child in the United States of America, the equivalent. And then if you think about the ones that aren't registered, like in gangster lands or whatever, um, or, cartels or all the illegal guns that are in the world or in the United States. And look at Mexico. They're like about, I think they came in like fifth for crime rate in the world, and we came in like 15th or something compared to places like, God forbid, we mention the war that's going on right now or Israel's shenanigans all these times, and but as a whole, it's a very small percentage of people that are mentally ill, and the only reason they're going to do that and push that point, and other people have said it too, and I believe this 100%, is to make the police force federal, make it all um, uh, um, one army of enforcement, and the dangers in that. Like, for instance, there was a 16-year-old, I think, girl that got shot by a 17-year-old last night in Chicago. Now, every teen that's under 16 years old, I do believe, has a curfew at 6 o'clock if they're unaccompanied by a parent. Well, see the tyranny in the whole thing. Why should, like, when I was 15, say if I was walking home from a Red Cross course, or I took knitting class and I was a little bit later, but I was a good kid, so then I'm out. And what next? Are they going to penalize the parents? Um, I'm supposing they probably will, you know, and it's not going to be pretty. Nothing that's combining um, local police forces as a federal entity is not going to be a good thing. And so in about a week, the United Nations meet, and supposedly they are going to turn their control over to that health organization. You know who I'm talking about. And then whatever they say goes above what any government or um, country or the people of that country have to say. Our governments and our world leaders are considering putting the control of our existence in the hands of an unelected entity. So that's what I've been thinking about today. I might get a little noise coming up in here. If I do, I'll just talk through it. But yeah. So I don't know. It's not, and I guess there was like even 9-year-olds with boom boxes out twerking in the street, and somebody had incited these kids in the inner city to go downtown and raise hell, and that's just what they did. So um, these kids are uh, entirely irresponsible on an individual basis, being that they're like 15 or 16 or whatever. I mean, the little ones, you have to ask where the parents are of a 9-year-old, you know, or I suppose maybe with an older sibling or something. But the parents are still responsible in that respect because I'm not sure what it is in Illinois for children in the city or like even around where I live. It's 12 years old. You cannot be left alone by yourself at all until you're 12. And then they figure you're old enough to maybe babysit or take care of yourself or something like that. But so it's already where they're not supposed to be out alone at 12. But now they're putting a curfew on the whole city. That's the issue right there. It wasn't thousands and thousands of kids in that city that say if they went to the YMCA or a girl or boys club or, you know, after school, it wasn't these children, it was the hoodlums, you know. And yeah, they should be held responsible. If they're going to act like thugs, people are going to have to treat them as such, which is sad in itself because of the way that they are led by like celebrities and that type of thing with all their stuff that they do in their videos and stuff that these kids see. That's kids are so impressionable, and of course music is pleasant, dancing is pleasant, um, doing something cool in front of your friends, that's always funny for everybody. Or maybe these kids are not having fun. To me, it sounds like they're in hell. So, yeah. But yeah, my thoughts are in these cities, especially because I see, well, see, we've actually been under maritime law, I do believe, from 1931 until now. Um, Basically everything in our United States government has been illegal. And it really is in our Constitution that nobody that's in the Congress, we're supposed to have our peers in there. They can't be attorneys. So, yeah, I can't remember I think it's uh, um, I can't remember which statue it was and where it was in our Constitution. I've passed it around so many times, and really, I don't know what's to be done about it. It's like we have all these bad things that are going to be going on and are going on with food shortages and racial tensions and everything, which is just nonsense because I don't know anybody out here on the internet that I've talked to that we've ever had a problem with any skin color at all. Nobody. Nobody. The closest I've come to racial hatred or anything would be like a ex family member, and some of them, um, you know, but beside, or even present family members that are very ignorant that will use language and expressions for, I don't know if it's fear or ignorance or what it is. I really can't say because I don't know. Um, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot going on, and with the baby food or milk shortages and stuff, and I still say there's no reason why when we have so-called health experts working for us in the United States of America, like the Surgeon General, don't you think he or they or she, I really don't know who it is right now, shouldn't have been able to step up and administer somebody's help through the nutrition field and have some type of formula. They said, well, there's 39 different components to a baby formula. So make the damn list and put it out for the people. What's wrong with that? Of course, I mean, if somebody had half a brain cell and it even was a very tiny newborn, I'm sure, like when I've taken like baby rabbits and mice and little kitties and animals and fed them drop by drop, or when, and I made their own formula thinking about each individual little body. I mean, so with a little bit of imagination, and I saw people that had no problem feeding themselves, that were very very concerned about their little tiny baby. And it's like, yeah, you should be, you know. You got that right. See, that's what a lot of people don't think of um, in times of need is what can you do without, or maybe you have been thinking that lately, but and how can I do something differently? Even like with cooking or whatever, it's you know, to pre-think things and ask God to put things in your heart. I can't stress that enough. It's so, okay, so here's something that's in my heart. So I told you before that I don't really like mixing meats, right? Like pork and beef like I did last night. Okay, just a moment. But I had bacon cheeseburgers before. I had people get me them, and I would like eat my hamburger first, take the bacon off, and then I would eat the bacon. And then I could still taste that on there, and it was pretty icky to me. So, but I was craving one. So I made it last night. I made a bacon cheeseburger with cheddar cheese and beef. And I made some patties pretty big, but I made a couple smaller ones and a couple larger ones because Doug will really eat it for like um, breakfast even or whatever, or lunch, like an extra. And then I've got mine if I want it tonight, but I'm getting a stomach ache thinking about it. So, well, oh, I already told him to eat the bacon and we gave it to the kitties because I'm not having bacon on it. So it was so delicious. This is the crazy part. And I had taken like a handful of chips. They were sour cream and onion. And, not a really huge amount, just a big handful next to my sandwich. And I come in to sit down and eat it, and it was so good up until like the last couple bites, especially that last bite. My brain almost lost it. I was back in that spot where I couldn't stand the mixture of the two. Whoa. It's so crazy. And so, anyway, I let my stomach rest for a while there and got a glass of milk, and I recovered some. And Doug had offered me some chocolate, but I had two medium sized bananas instead for like a dessert. And that did make me feel better. And I literally got pretty darn sick from, I don't know if it was just my thoughts or maybe it actually was the grease on the bacon, because you probably know sometimes too if your body's like, I don't know though. I used to have really bad problems, not frying bacon so much, but as like pork chops or something, just the smell of them. I would cook them for people and then I'd go sit on the steps and try and not be around them. Um, because I really, and I still kind of have problems with that pork. But bacon, not usually. I used to eat, like, I'd eat a whole pound of bacon by myself and burn it off. It's no problem. And I could eat it kind of often as a youngster, but then I haven't been really craving it much. It's like once in a while I'll want some with some eggs, or I'll want some with a bacon lettuce tomato sandwich. But I'm not much like I used to eat it. Um, Now instead of having like four slices of bacon on one sandwich, I'll take like two and chop them in half. And that's what it was last night too. It was like about a quarter pound of burger and literally two slices of bacon that I had cut in half and then made like little squares in the oven out of the two pieces. So it was like four, little pieces that would fit on top of the patties. So I cooked them separate and then cooked my hamburgers and put cheese on them and then put the bacon on and some ketchup. And it was excellent until it wasn't. So I thought I'd just get on here and tell you, although, and I really wasn't even thinking to tease anybody that has been trying to stay away from stuff like that, because I really usually do. So I just thought I'd tell you. Um, Although, like maybe once a month or something, I'll want a cheeseburger, but not with the bacon on it. I don't know if I'll ever do that again. I don't know. See, our taste buds supposedly change every 11 years. And I believe that is true because I used to not like vanilla, and now I can, well, I like it. I enjoy it even. I'm allergic, but I same with chocolate, and most chocolate has vanilla in it. So, yeah, I'm silly if I do eat it. But if it has nuts in it, I'm allergic to them too. But I think there's something about the combination that allows me to tolerate it if I've had something good to eat before then, of course. So I don't just eat like sweets during the day. Um, so rarely nobody would ever probably remember to be able to tell you when I did that, so, so yeah. And the times in my life where I had, here's a for instance, it's like when I was first going out with Doug and we stopped, he ran in a convenience store, and just to be kind, he had gotten like a Snickers bar or something for us. And I'm not a really big Snickers bar fan sometimes, but just out of like politeness, I ate it with him. But then I asked him if he'd stop at another gas station, and I ran in and I got some milk because I was dying from the sugar and probably the chocolate and the peanuts in there. These things that I probably shouldn't have had, plus the sugar rush and and it totally freaks my body out. But you know, when you don't do a lot of that type of thing, and then you do, because yeah. So like I said, I've been really uh, trying to watch my sweets. But today now, like last week, I had made like a sorbet with peaches and honey and a little bit of cream just to make the peaches smush up so I could freeze them and make like an ice cream with it. Well, I diced up some bananas and put a little more cream in that and mix that in. And then I made a slurry with half and half more milk than cream, but with Hershey's chocolate in it, and made like a slurry of chocolate ice cream in the peach and banana. So that's what's for dessert tonight. And I know it's going to be good. So just kind of an invention, but I know like the flavor of a peach or like strawberry, something tart and kind of citrusy like that. Or if you get like chocolates that have like fruit on the inside, that's really good. So, and bananas and chocolate go good too, and bananas and strawberries. And I thought, yeah, the peach sorbet will be good with that. I'll let you know. I bet it's going to be. So, but I was chopping up my sorbet in a like a ice cream pail bucket from other ice cream, and I think I poked a hole in it, but luckily I had another one, and I had it on the counter. I put it on top of a chopping mat, and it froze itself there till I could get like the banana cut up and my slurry made with my chocolate. So yeah, I'm goofy like that. I do goofy things like that all the time. and I and I kind of see the reason I say it's goofy is because I thought about it before I did it, and I thought that might happen, and then it did. So that's me not really listening to my own instincts. That's kind of a stubborn streak in me, and then I pay for it. But I did catch it quicker than maybe I would have when I was 40. Maybe when I was 40, I would have thought, I'll just slap this stuff all over the counter. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've always been a pretty clean cook, though sometimes it's unavoidable, you know. But yeah. So I think I'm just going to take that cheeseburger and probably cut it in half and make like a regular just sandwich on it. Probably put some like mayo on there, have a couple chips, and then some of my funky ice cream stuff I made. So, you know, yeah, but it's Hershey's chocolate with real cream and milk, so you really can't go wrong. Just freezing that is like a fudgicle. So, and frozen bananas are good, and my sorbet was excellent. And I didn't mix it all really in good. It's got kind of layers, and when I kind of swirled it around and pulled the banana peach slurry up through the chocolate, I sort of poured on top and around, and then I sort of stirred it in and lifted it, and it ended having like three different layers with some of the banana stuff up on top too. And it looks really cool. So it's gonna be good, I know. So yeah. Just experimenting, I just thought. And I could hear Doug thinking too of running to town to get a treat. Cause I don't know if he ate the rest of that chocolate that he offered me, but he put it on a plate in the refrigerator. But I don't want to touch it because I had so much fat in my life last night. it was overload. So yeah, really bad. Which reminds me, speaking of fat, now this is about as dumb as it gets. I have to, while I'm uploading this, and I will, I haven't done my sit ups yet. And if I don't, I will get fat eating like I did last night. Holy shit, that was bad. Beware. I think one um, bad sandwich can kill you, because it was good. Wow. So, yeah. But I do look a little peaked today. I know I do. I had sort of a rough night's sleep. It was about, oh, and I got up sort of early. I got up about, I think 8 or probably like 7:30. I usually start waking up about 6:37. Sometimes I have enough rest where I want to get up, but this morning it was like, oh, just felt good to lay there, so I did and got up and I thought, well, I really abused myself. So I wanted to get on here, especially for Bruce Sees All. Bruce, if you see this, I really wasn't trying to antagonize you um, with some of the foods that you like, um, but it won't hurt to treat yourself. And then just remember, like I did last night, that was so stupid. So, yeah, treat yourself today is stupid. You'll feel wonderful just like me. So, no. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining me. Yeah, just keep your eyes and ears open for all their push for their one world tyranny. I don't know that. Maybe God's gonna intervene and keep all of us safe. And I mean, I am not worried about that. Don't even get me wrong. But and I have a story to tell you about safety. I'll save that for tomorrow. So yeah. All right. I love you. Thank you for joining me. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. God bless you. Peace.